Jose Jimenez, Mark Johnson, and Scott McNully. That's some hard names.
Yeah, so that's be green. So
super hard names.
It says stream is live, but just keep an eye on that area.
Now, this will be the starting lineup for your Florida Tech Panthers. Leading off and playing shortstop from Western Florida, number 4, Raul Quintero. Batting second and playing center field from Stamford, Connecticut, number 24, James Gromberg. Batting third and playing first base from Staten Island, New York, number 40, Jacob Booser. Batting fourth and playing DH from Viera, Florida, number 17, Dylan Owens. Batting fifth and playing second base from Tampa, Florida, number 27, Rodney Bernard. Batting sixth and playing third base from Satellite Beach, Florida, number 2, Alec Eldridge. Batting seventh, playing catcher from Gainesville, Florida, number 9, Blaze Maris. Batting eighth and playing left field from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, number 6, Jacob Newton. Batting ninth and playing right field from Longwood, Florida, number 22, Vinny Catanza. Now on the mound for the Panthers from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 30, Andy Hauser. I know, I hate that name. Head coach for the Panthers in his 12th season is Greg Bergmeyer. He's assisted by Jeff Tim and Ken Herring. The athletic training for the Panthers is Katie Cass. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps to join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem. God, let me finish one time.
All right.
Now you good. What's that? We have somebody. Hey, her. They have some hard names. Really hard names. Every time I try to say cool, I mess the fuck up. Thanks, so. Umpires for today's games are Casey Sanchez behind the plate and Ryan Chamberlain on the bases.
All right. Are we good? Am I live?
Yes. You just can kind of.
Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. All right, well, we're here on a beautiful Friday night here at Andy Semenick Les Hall Field for the first of 3 games between number 1 Tampa and your Florida Tech Panthers. Starting on the mound for the Panthers, we're just about to start off with the top of the first inning. We got number 30, Andy Hauser out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Hauser is a senior, 6'3", 175 righty pitcher. He's done pretty well so far this season. I'm pulling up his stats right now. So far, he is 1-0 on the year in 2 appearances. He's got a .90 ERA in 2 of his starts. Through 10 innings pitched, he's allowed 9 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 base on balls, and has 11 strikeouts. So he's off to a good start of the year. And so we got our ace going against Tampa right now. For Tampa on the mound, we're going to have their ace, and let's see, number 32, Kevin Pimentel. Kevin is he's appeared in 3 games. He has got a 2-1 record and a 1.50 ERA. He's in 18 innings pitched. He has allowed 13 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 bases on balls, and has 17 strikeouts. So we definitely have a matchup tonight of pitchers that can put some batters on the pine. We're about to get started. First up for the Spartans, we have the left fielder, number 13, Yorvis Torrilba. First pitch is a ball. All right, we got 1-1 count. A little low by Hauser. He's now at a 2-1 count. And that one comes off of Hauser, but he's able to gain control of the ball and toss it over to Boozer for the first out. Now stepping up to the plate is number 2, Drew Erhard.
Now batting number 2,
Drew Erhard, he is started all 10 games so far for the Spartans this year. He's had 40 at-bats, and he's got a 300 batting average. So far, he has 12 hits, 7 runs, with 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, and 3 bases on balls. Again, he's a 300 batter. Right now, he's got a 1-0 count in his favor. Now a 1-1 count as Andy Hauser is able to slip that one on the inside. And Erhard just pushes that one foul. Just went over the first base line and inches out of the infield. The count is now 2-2 with 1 out.
I'm just saying, double check this email.
Another ball for Erhard. So now we have a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. He gets a hold of it and pushes to third. And Alec Eldridge picks it up, but on his toss, he throws it an error way past Boozer. And Erhard advances to second on the throw. How would you call that? This an error on third? All right, so just an error on Eldridge. All right, so Tampa's got a guy on second, and number 30 steps up to the plate. Alec Eldridge. He is a transfer out of Gulf Coast State College. The lefty batter is 6'2", 250, and he's our first baseman. And Hauser sneaks that one on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count. Just a bit outside, and now it's a 1-1 count. Lewine gets his bat on it, but it's picked up by Rivera, who tossed it over to Boozer for the second out. Erhard advances to third on the play.
Rodney Bernard.
I'm sorry, Rodney Bernard's over there at second base. That's Pedro Rivera is actually not in the lineup or the starting lineup for this game. Now up the bat, number 34, Danny Servin, a senior catcher out of Tennessee, out of the University of Tennessee. Danny's out of Miami, Florida. And he just got his second strike called against him, so Mars Hauser ahead on this one. And swing and a miss, and Mars Hauser strikes out Danny Servin to end the inning. Tampa leaves one aboard in the top of the first. As we head into the second, leading off for the Panthers. Leading off for the Panthers, hold on, I'm trying to find my sheet, is Raul Quintero, number 4, number 24, Gromberg, and number 40, Boozer.
Due up for the Panthers, number 4, Quintero, 24, Gromberg, and 40, Boozer.
Let's meet the pitcher for the Spartans tonight. Number 32, Kevin Pimentel, right-handed pitcher out of Huntington Station, New York, and a transfer of the University of Miami. So far this season, Pimentel has a 2-run record in his 3 appearances. He's allowed 13 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 base on balls, and has 17 strikeouts in 18 innings pitched. And he's holding opponents to a 1.50 ERA. So he definitely has his good stuff early on this season. Now, leading off for the Panthers, let's look at Raul Quintero over here. Raul has started in 4 games this season with 16 plate appearances. So far, he's batting .375 with 6 hits, 4 runs, and 3 RBIs. He's also 2-on-2 in stolen bases this season. So we'll see if he can get on board early and give the Panthers a nice jolt in the first.
Leading off for the Panthers, number 4, Raul Quintero.
Excuse me, I'm going to grab some water. So Raul Quintero steps up to the plate as we wait the first service from Pimentel. Gets the bat on it, but pops it way over the backstop, right into Rick Stotler Field. It's now an 0-1 count against Raul.
Not here. I mean, you can throw this away. They're pretty easy names. One time, pick it up.
All right, it's a 1-2 count to Quintero.
Yeah, but he's still strong.
Second ball on the board. It's now a 2-2 count from Pimentel. That one was just on the outside. And a swing and a miss from Quintero, and that's the first out of the inning for the Spartans. Now stepping up, number 24, James Gromberg. Lefty outfielder from Stamford, Connecticut. So far this season, Gromberg leads the Panthers in batting average with a .583 average in 12 plate appearances. So far, he's got 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 bases on balls. First pitch is a ball to Gromberg. Second's a little low, skips off the ground. It's now in a 2-0 count. Delivers, and Gromberg gets a piece of it. And it skirts into the outfield between center and right field. Gromberg's on first. And now stepping up to the plate is number 40, Jacob Boozer.
Now batting number 40, Jacob Boozer.
Last year, Boozer led the Panthers in almost every batting category. Hits, runs, RBIs, batting average. It was Mr. Do Everything. Boozer pushes that one foul, a little dangerous one. Almost took a guy's head off. So far this season, Boozer is a .308 batter with 13 at-bats. In 13 at-bats, he's got 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, a home run, and 5 bases on balls. You might not expect it, but he is pretty fleet of foot. He is one-on-one on steals this season. Right now the count is 0-2, and there's 1 out on the board. And Gromberg makes the run. And there's a balk on Pimentel. I don't know if it really mattered. It looked like Gromberg might have beaten the shortstop there. Gromberg goes again. And he just took third. Boozer strikes out, but now we have Gromberg on third with 2 outs. Now stepping up to the plate, number 17, Dylan Owens.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 17.
Righty batter is 6'2", 215 sophomore, right out of Viera, Florida, right across the right across the way in Viera, Florida, and then he is coming to us from Eastern Florida State College. We pick up a lot of guys from Eastern Florida State College. Great program over there, and we're happy to have him here because he's doing a great job for us so far this season. First pitch is a strike. Wow, a little outside, but that's a strike. So far this season, Owens is batting .333. He's got 12 at bats. He's got 4 hits, 6 RBIs, and 5 base on balls. Not racking up the runs, but he's getting on base. He swings and misses on that one, and it's now an 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Wait a second, I guess.
And Pimentel gets the strikeout. That's his second straight strikeout. So the Panthers leave one on in the bottom of the first, and it's still a 0-0 score heading to the top of the second. Leading off for the Spartans in the top of the second is number 15, Minard, number 11, Bell, and number 17, Mangrum. So this is game one of our three-game series with number 1 Tampa here at Andy Semick Les Hall Field, and it's just a little bit of the action going on campus. In fact, there's about 29 events going on from right now up until Sunday afternoon. We are hosting these three-game series with Tampa. We've also got a men's lacrosse game tomorrow right across from us at Panther Field. The men's lacrosse team is going to take on Catawba at 11, right before our 1 o'clock start for a doubleheader with Tampa and right here at Seminole Field. And then we go across campus. You can see a doubleheader of basketball as the men's and women's basketball teams take out Lynn at 2 and 4. And all the while this is going on, we got a softball invitational going on at the USSSA over in Vieira at the Florida Spring Training Facility. A nice 23-game softball tournament, including a number of teams from the Sunshine State Conference and the South Region. A lot of action going on here at Florida Tech. Make sure you stop by and catch some of the excitement. All right, so we have Maynard up to bat for the Spartans against Mars Hauser. First delivery from Mars Hauser is a ball, a little bit high. Maynard gets a piece of it. Gets stopped by the shortstop, and then he sails it over first base. And that goes out of the fence, and that is going to be a ground rule double. Someone should take that ball and see if it's a little wet over there. That one definitely slipped out and went way over the first base fence. So it takes just 2 pitches, but Maynard is on second. And now stepping up the plate for the Spartans is number 11, Bell. Number 11, Keenan Bell. First baseman out of Jacksonville, Florida, and a University of Florida transfer. First pitch is a strike from Mars Hauser. Hits that one back into the fence in front of us. It's now an 0-2 count against Bell. And a swing and a miss, and Mars Hauser gets him on the outside corner. That's his third strikeout of the game from Mars Hauser. Stepping up to the plate for the Spartans is number 17, Stevie Mangrum, an outfielder out of Charlottesville, Virginia. First pitch is a strike. 0-1 count with 1 out. The Mangrum. Swing and a miss. 0-2 count.
Not long, just
Mars Hauser taking a quick break. Regaining his focus, and now he steps back up. Here comes delivery. A little bit high, and it's a 1-2 count. Well, you got a hold of that one and just went all the way over there, all the way in the left side of the field. It was a long foul ball, and we got a 1-2 count with 1 out. 1 on for the Spartans. Looked like a good one, but seems like it was just a bit outside. And it's now a 2-2 count. And then we got another swing and a miss. Mars Hauser with his 4th strikeout. Puts it low, and Mangrum just couldn't get under it. So that was Mars Hauser's 4th strikeout. And stepping up to the bag for the Spartans is number 9, Danny Blair. Danny is an outfielder out of Bel Air, Maryland. Pops that one up, and that's just going to land right next to our turf field over here at Panther Field. Oh, 1 count against Blair. Oh, gets a piece of it, but it skirts back here to the fence. It's 0-2 count now. Let's see what Mars Hauser comes out with. Trying for his 5th strikeout. Set to deliver. And another swing and a miss from the Spartans. And that is his 5th strikeout of the game for any Mars Hauser. What a night he's having. 5 strikeouts in the first, 6 outs. Now up for the Panthers.
4 strikeouts.
I'm sorry, that was his 4th strikeout. I'm giving him an extra one way too early. I'm sure he'll pick it up in the next inning, though. For Mars Hauser, he has 4 strikeouts. All right, now coming up to start the bottom of the 2nd for the Panthers.
27.
Number 27, Rodney Bernard. Then we got number 6, Jacob. Oh, sorry. We got number 2, Alec Eldridge, and then number 9, Blaze Maris.
That could be a volleyball player.
All right, so now leading off the inning and stepping up to the bag is number 27, Rodney Bernard.
Rodney Bernard.
Rodney is a junior out of Tampa, Florida. And it's first pitch. He smacks it to the outfield, and it goes over the center fielder and off the fence. He passes second and he stops. He's turning around. Stand-up double for Rodney. What a way to start the inning for the Panthers. Rodney Bernard with a stand-up double. And now stepping up to the plate, number 2, Alec Eldridge.
Next up for the Panthers, number 2, Alec Eldridge.
For Bernard, that was his 5th hit of the season. So far, he's a .333 batter. He's got 5 hits, 2 doubles, 3 doubles now, and 4 RBIs. For Eldridge, he is 200 in his 15 plate appearances. He's got 3 runs, 3 hits, and 2 base on balls. He gets a piece of it. It goes right to the shortstop, but it advances Bernard to third base. Now stepping up to the plate, number 9, Blaze Maris.
Batting for the Panthers, number 9, Blaze Maris.
Junior out of Gainesville, Florida. Maris is batting .357 in 14 plate appearances this season. He's got 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 bases on balls. First pitch is a ball. So we have a 1-0 count, and Rodney Bernard sitting there on third. Ooh! And Maris gets plucked in the head. But he's running it off, though. It seems like he's okay. Just a bug bite. Well, it was worth it. So now Maris is on first. We got Bernard on third. And stepping up is number 6, Jacob Newton. Trainer's out to give Maris a quick look, make sure he's doing okay, knows what day it is.
Your head is like spinning out there.
Looks like he got the approval from athletic trainer Katie Cass. She goes back into the dugout, and he's ready to go back on first. Newton now steps up to the plate for his first delivery from Pimentel. Tries to pick off Maris at first, but he was ready. Pimentel back with the ball. Maris and Bernard getting big leads off their bags. Trying to get Pimentel to make a decision. One 0 count to Newton. And that one's in on the outside. 1-1 count with 2 on the corners. One count. Menno putting a lot of focus on that first base with Maris. Trying to keep him on the bag. And the pitch and swing and a miss from Newton.
No,
1-2 count, Newton. Mendel delivers, and it's nice and high, and it's now a 2-2 count. Another throw to first. Maris gets back to the bag in time. And another throw to first. Mel's trying his best to will Maris back to that bag. He just wants to keep sneaking off, though. It's going to be a little bit of a cat and mouse till somebody wins. Or Pimentel throws a pitch. That one is way inside, and it's a 3-2 count for Newton. We got a 3-2 count, 1 out and 2 on the corners for the Panthers. Jacob Newton at the plate. And that one is outside, and Newton takes his steps to first base. It's now a loaded bases for the Panthers with 1 out on the board. We now have Bernard on third, Maris on second, and Newton on first. And now stepping up to the plate, number 22, Vincenzo Catanza. Love saying that name. Love even more if he gets a single, a double, or a home run right here. We'll see what happens. First pitch coming. He gets a hold of it, but smacks it foul. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss from Catanza. It's now an 0-2 count with 1 out. That's outside. To Catanza is now a 1-2 count.
Go beat.
Smacks that one foul. It's still a 1-2 count. Catanza's still trying to find his swing this season. Right now, he's got limited appearances. He's only got 6 plate appearances and 1 hit. He's batting 167. But just like last season, he'll catch fire and be a good source of offense for the Panthers. Another low pitch, and that's a 2-2 count. Catanza gets a piece of it, but that one just goes right back. Picked up by the catcher. Servin just goes right into his glove, but now up for the Panthers with bases loaded is number 4, Raul Quintero, the junior out of Weston, Florida. So we got 3 on, 2 outs. Raul Quintero stepped up to play for the first time tonight. Ooh, man, Raul gets hit. Oh, what are they calling? They're checking it, but it looks like, yes, it did hit him in the hand. Oh, but the umpires are checking it, see if he swung. And they're allowing it. So Raul Quintero takes one off the hand, but I'm sure he's feeling okay about that with Bernard coming in for the first run of the night. Panthers now lead 1-0 over the number 1 Spartans. Katie Cass, the athletic trainer for the Panthers, is checking on Quintero's hand as he walks to the first base. He's definitely feeling something over there. You can see the pain and anguish. But it seems like he's going to play through it. Doing some last-minute checks on his hand, again by athletic trainer Katie Cass. Does an amazing job with the team to keep everyone healthy and ready to go for game day. Still checking on Quintero's hand. While they take a look at that, we're just going to step away for a minute. All right, and we're back here at Andy Semick Les Hall Field. Raul Quintero's got his hand checked out. Katie Cass, the athletic trainer, approves and is laying him back in the game. Panthers got 3 on with 2 outs, and James Gromberg up at the plate. Panthers just got their first run of the night. They lead the number 1 Spartans 1-0, bottom of the second. Gromberg takes a big swing at it, but misses. It's going to be an 0-1 count.
Go, James.
Another low delivery from Pentel, but the catcher serving gets on it. Good stop, keep it in front of him, and the runners don't advance. Another big swing from Gromberg, just misses, and now a 1-2 count.
Let's go, baby, battle. Go.
Foul ball from Gromberg. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs.
He swung and foul ball, so it is a strike.
Gromberg gets a piece of it, but smacks it right up to Pimentel, who brings over the first base for the end of the inning. Panthers get one on. They have a 1-0 lead over the Spartans, but they left 3 on the board, on the field. All right, now as we head to the top of the third, leading off for the Spartans is number 27, Mikey Navarrete. Then we go on to
32.
Number. I think we have. Hold on, let's check this out. Is he batting?
No.
Yeah, so who's?
Nobody. He just goes, jumps back.
Not sure what I've been looking at all game, but the correct lineup coming up for the Spartans is number 27, Navarrete, number 13, Tarilba, and then number 2, Erhard. Mars Hauser's back on the mound for the Panthers, and he is dealing. He's got 4 strikeouts so far, and he's keeping the Spartans off the bases. He hasn't allowed a hit all game, and I think there's only just been that 1 error for the Panthers. Yep. So Mars Hauser's done 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, no hits allowed, but just has that 1 error from third base. Yep. So it looks like that hand from Maris is still bothering him, and he's going to come out of the game. And at number 15, Pedro Rivera steps in.
Playing shortstop for the Panthers, number 15, Pedro Rivera.
Pedro's been a solid defensive force for the Panthers this season. We're still trying to get his bat alive. He's getting good opportunities and good takes at it, but his defense has been on point this season. So now Mikey Navarrete steps up to the plate to face Mars Hauser. First pitch is a strike. Seems like we're getting a lot of those from Mars Hauser tonight. And a swing and a miss from Navarrete, and that is an 0-2 count. The third pitch gets a hold of it, but he puts it over there in Rick Stotler Field. fan tries to retrieve the ball, throws it, and hits the inside of the soccer fence. He's got to work. And Navra, we got the third strike and the fifth strikeout for Mars Hauser. Now stepping up to the plate for the Spartans is number 13, Yorvis Torrealba. Torrealba, sorry, Torrealba. Yorvis Torrealba. He's a righty outfielder from Parkland, Florida. Out of Stillman Douglas High School in the College of Central Florida. So he's a transfer here to Tampa. First two pitches are balls. Is a 2-0 count with one out for Mars Hauser. That one is way inside and just misses Yorvis. 3-0 count. Oh, and that one just misses his head. Yorvis goes on 4 straight pitches, goes to first base. Lucky to escape that pitch, though. That one just snuck right by his head. Now stepping up to the bag for the Spartans is number 2, Drew Erhard, sophomore second baseman out of Tampa. All right, so we got a 0-2 count for against Erhard.
Right here, 0 for 1.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Erhard gets a hold of it and pushes it through the center of the infield, right out to Gromberg, and he gets on to first base. Spartans now have 2 on with 1 out. And now up to the bag is number 30, Alex Allywine. First pitch is a strike to Allywine.
Yes, he did.
That owns the ball for Allywine. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out and 2 on the bases. Outside for Mars Hauser, and it's now a 2-1 count. Thank you. Allywine just pushes that over the outstretched reach of Rivera into the outfield. And now the Spartans have bases loaded. So we got Torrealba on third, Erhard on second, and now Allywine on first. With 1 out, and Mars Hauser's now going up against Servin. Danny Servin, the catcher.
Now batting number 44, Danny Servin. You need a drink?
Water.
Water.
Servant gets a hold of it, bounces it right over Eldridge's outstretched arms, and 2 cross the plate for the Spartans. Torrealba and Erhard cross home plate, and the Spartans now lead 2-1 in the top of the third. Still have 2 on first and second, and 1 out.
Now batting number 15, Danny Minard.
Now up to the bag for the Spartans is number 15, Danny Minard. Minard is 0-1 so far in this game. Gets a piece of that one, shoots it over to Rivera, who gets a second, and over to first for the double play.
That was good. From Pedro to Bernard to Boozer.
So it's 7-4-3?
It's a 6-3.
Six.
No, 6-4-3.
So that's a 6-4-3 double play for the Panthers, and they escape the top of the third inning. Spartans lead 2-1 heading into the bottom of the third. Pimento will return to the bag as he did for the first 2 innings. And then leading off for the Panthers is number 40, Boozer. Following him is number 17, Dylan Owens, and number 27, Rodney Bernard. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back here at 87 Nicholas Hall Field. Now we're on Tampa versus Florida Tech. We're in the bottom of the third inning. And number 40, Boozer, blasts one into outer space. Or just shallow outfield. And that is the first out on the board for the Panthers. They trail the Spartans 2-1 after the Spartans put in 2 runs in the top of the third. Now up to the bag is number 17, Dylan Owens. Owens is 0-1 so far. And the first pitch is a strike. Mental set to deliver. It's a low one, and it's a 1-1 count.
Oh, see, I got so scared.
Another low pitch, and it's a 2-1 count. And just bounces right of the bag. That pushes the count to 2-2 with one out. Another low one, and it's now a 3-2 count for Owens. One out and no on. Fouls it off to the backstop. That's still a 3-2 count. Owens gets a piece of it. It's a bouncer that skirts by out the infield and into the outfield. He gets on first base. That's Owens' first hit of the game. He is now 1 of 2. And that brings to the plate number 27, Rodney Bernard.
Now batting number 27, Rodney Bernard.
Bernard counts for the Panthers' only run of the game. He counts. Bernard who scored, right?
No, it was Blair, I think, on the hit by pitch.
No, but Bernard crossed. Yep. So Bernard, we're just checking through. Bernard did account for the Panthers' lone run of the game after Maris got plucked in the hand. Bernard was able to come in from third and give the Panthers the first run of the game. Now he's back on the board to see if he can start a little offensive spurt here in the bottom of the third. 0-2 count for Bernard and one out. Good delivery from Pimentel, but it looks like it was just high. It's a 1-2 count, one out. So far this game, Pimentel is 2 and 1 innings pitched. He's allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. He's had 1 base on balls and 4 strikeouts. Right now he's got 44 pitches and 31 of them are strikes. Minard pushes that 1 foul down the right sideline. It's a 1-2 count. Minard gets a hold of it and pushes it between right in front of the right fielder. Gets him on to first base. Owens moves to second, and the Panthers have 2 on. As Alec Eldridge steps up to the plate. So far, Eldridge, the third baseman.
Number 2, Alec.
He has 1 at bat. He's 0 for 1 for the game. A bit low for Pimentel, and it's an 0-1. It's a 1-0 count for Alec.
Yeah, he was 9 last year.
Another high delivery from Pimentel. It's a 2-0 count. 2 on for the Panthers. Strike from Pimentel. It's now a 2-2 count with 1 on, with 1 out. It should be 2-2.
No, 2-1. 2-1. First 2 were balls.
Yeah, I think he's.
All bad.
Foul ball too. All right.
You just predicted it anyway.
Seems like it's a 2-2 count. With 1 out. The Panthers got 2 on the board. Here comes Pimentel with delivery. And Eldridge swings and misses on an inside low shot from Pimentel. That's 2 outs with 2 on for the Panthers. And now stepping up to the plate for the Crimson and Gray, number 9, Blaze Maris.
Now at number 9, Blaze Maris.
Maris took a pluck on the hand earlier in the game. Seemed. He got hit in the head. So he took one to the head. His first at bat. Ran it off though. Took off his helmet, ran straight to the first base line. Got checked out by athletic trainer Katie Cass. The head was fine, so he stayed in the game. And now he's back up in the bottom of the third. There's a 2-0 count he's facing with 2 outs. There's still 2 on for the Panthers. Maris gets a hold of it and pushes it to the outfield. But Blair gets under it and ends the inning. It was a deep shot, but Blair was able to settle himself under it about 10 feet out from the warning track, and end the inning. It's still 2-1 Spartans heading into the top of the 4th. Up first, we have, let's see. All right, so we number 11, Keenan Bell coming up for the Spartans to lead off this top of the 4th. After him, we have number 17, Stevie Mangrum, and then number 9, Danny Blair, who just made that out to end the 3rd. We got the sounds of AC/DC bringing us into the 4th inning. Leading off for the Spartans is number 11, Kenan Bell. Well, he gets a hold of that first pitch. It's way deep. But just skips off Newton's glove. Looks like he almost got a piece of it and almost got it, but hits off his glove and bounces to the outfield fence. And Keenan Bell gets the second base. Now up for the Spartans is number 17, Stevie Mangrum.
Now batting number 17, Stevie Mangrum.
So far, Mangrum is a strikeout in his own appearance of the game. Hauser delivered, and it's a strike. Hauser's having quite a game so far with he's pitched 3 innings so far. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and 1 base on balls, but he's got 5 strikeouts in 49 pitches. That one gets pushed out to the right side fence. It's now an 0-2 count for Mangrum. Hauser delivers. That one gets popped back out. Right over our concession stand back there. So it's still an 0-2 count for Mangrum. And just to make matters better, he just sends another one right in the same direction. Whoever's going to go shank that ball can grab another one. So you get a 2-for-1 on that offer. Still an 0-2 count. Here comes Hauser with the pitch. And let's just keep adding to the party. The third one goes back to the concession stand. Will there be a fourth? This one is in play. Gets picked up by Rivera though, and slings it over to Boozer for the out. And that's the first out of the inning. Excuse me. Spartans still have 1 on with 1 out. And now stepping up to the bag is number 9, Danny Blair. Center fielder. Blair is 0-for-1 this game. He's got 1 K in the second inning. First pitch ball from Hauser. Blair gets a hold of it, pushes it down the left field line. And that one bounces right in front of Newton off the fence. He gets it and shoots it down the third base line, but 2 score. Actually, nope, just Bell. Just Bell scores, sorry. I was confusing Everett as one of the base runners. So Bell scores off the very, very long double. And the Spartans now lead 3-1 in the top of the 4th. Navarrete's now at the plate. He's still got 1 on for the Spartans and 1 out. Navarrete got a strikeout in his first at-bat. First offering's a ball. That one's shot right here to the backstop. And it's a 1-1. Sorry, it's a 1-1 count. It's getting a bit cooler over here in Florida. It was 85 degrees this pretty much all day, and now when the sun goes down, the breeze comes out, and it's a cool 70. High pitch from Hauser, but it gets collected. So far, Hauser's thrown 57 pitches. He's got 41 for strikes. Navarrete sends that one up into Rick Stotler Field, the northeast corner of our soccer field, probably right next to the scoreboard, it looks like. 2-2 count, 1 out, and 1 on for the Spartans for Navarrete. Torrealba waits in the Spartans dugout. Another foul ball from Navarrete. He's making Hauser work for this out. Navarrete gets a hold of that one, but pushes it foul. That was the 6th pitch of the at-bat for Hauser. It's a 2-2 count. Offering from Hauser is, I guess, just a bit too high. It's a 3-2 count for Navarrete. Hauser with the pitch. It looks like it just missed Navarrete. Bounces off his bat and into the for a foul ball. That puts the pitch count up to 8. Still a 3-2 count with 1 out and 1 on for the Spartans. Navarrete at the plate. And Hauser delivers, and it's another strikeout. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Hauser is wheeling and dealing right now for the Panthers. Now, so stepping up for Spartans is number 13, Yorvis Torrealba. But before we get to that bat, we got Coach Berkmeyer stepping up and walking over to the mound to speak to Andy Hauser. Like trainer's coming out too. It looks like they're trying to check him out. Checking on that right arm. Well, we have this break, and they check on Hauser. Let's bring to light some of the other things going on campus this weekend. It's a very busy weekend for Panther Athletics. In addition to this 3-game series, number 1 Tampa, we also had a women's lacrosse game yesterday against the number 2 Delphi. Women's lacrosse fell 15-9 in that game. It was a hard-fought game.
Chicken breast sandwiches. They're pretty good.
On Friday, so today we have the doubleheader. We have the first game of the 3-game series with Tampa, and then we also, down the road in Vieira, Florida, the Florida Tech softball team began their invitational at the Florida Spring Training. As part of a 23-game softball invitational. All games happening over there at USSSA and the Florida Spring Training Center. And then on Saturday, we can touch on men's lacrosse at 11 a.m. Men's lacrosse teams playing Catawba right before our 1 p.m. starts the doubleheader of baseball. And then at 2 and 4 p.m., we have the women's and men's basketball teams taking on Lynn in Sunshine State Conference action. A lot of stuff going on here this weekend. Make sure you stop by and enjoy all the action. And go Panthers. All right, Mars Hauser with the first delivery to Torrealba. Sorry. Wanted to make sure I said it right. Second pitch is a swing and a miss. So far, Torrealba has 1 run and 1 base on balls in this game. He accounted for one of the Spartans' runs during that 3rd inning rally. Mars Hauser with the pitch right outside is now a 2-1 count for Torrealba with 2 outs. And that one gets smacked into the soccer field. We're just sending balls over there all day. We might as well set up a little ball boy snagger over there or something. Just, let them sit out there. We've had about 8 already in the first 4 innings. Good thing the soccer team is now off the field and done practicing. And another one from Mars Hauser. That one is just skits across the clay and goes right to the backstop. And Navarrete moves on a pass ball to third base. Torrealba is now on first. No, it was he's still on. It's 3-2, 2 outs, and we still have Navarrete on third. Delivery from Mars Hauser, and this one gets shot up back to our concession stand. Another delivery from Mars Hauser. This one's a ball, and it scoots by. It scoots by from Blaze to Andy Mars Hauser. So that pitch is a ball. It's scooted by Blaze, but he was able to recover the ball and beat Navarrete, who was streaking from third base. Got it to Mars Hauser, put his glove down right on Navarrete's foot as it was coming to the plate. And that's the end of the inning for the Spartans. The score right now, heading to the bottom of the 4th, is 3-1 for the Spartans. Pimentel's still on mound for UT. So far this game, Pimentel is pulling up his numbers. All right, so here are his numbers. Through 3 innings pitch, he has 4 hits. He's allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 1 base on balls. Pimentel's got 5 strikeouts and 58 pitches. Of those 58 pitches,
Rivera.
37 are strikes. So leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Panthers is number 6, Jacob Newton. We will then go to Vincenzo Catanza and then off to Pedro Rivera, who's coming in for Raul Quintero after that shot to his hand on that pitch.
Now batting number 6, Jacob Newton.
So Newton's now up to the bag to face Pimentel. First pitch, swing and miss, 0-1 count. All right, we have an 0-2 count now facing Newton. And that pitch is way high. It's a good job by Servin to get his palm on that and bring it down. Wouldn't have gone anywhere. We don't have any runners on bases, but it's nice to get that control and try to keep his pitcher in a rhythm. However, the next one also just goes way outside. Servin again has to reach for it. Sends it back to Pimentel, and now the count is at 2-2 after going from an 0-2 count. Fifth offering is struck by Newton into the outfield. He reaches first base and stops right there. A nice shot right next to the second baseman and scoots out right out to right field. It's a good way to start the inning for the Panthers as they trail right now to the Spartans 3-1. Now stepping up to the bag for the Panthers is number 22, Vincenzo Catanza. Catanza's 0-1 in this game. He had a strikeout in the second inning. That first pitch is a ball, so it's a 1-0 count. And that pitch is low for a ball. Servin's able to collect it and tries to beat Newton, who is stealing second base. Tries to beat him on that throw. Just misses. Newton just gets under the touch and gets on the second base. So it's a 2-0 count with Newton on second and Vincenzo Catanza at the plate.
We won't know for sure, though.
All right, we got Catanza again at the play. It's a 2-0 count. Pimentel is ready to wield and deal. Sends that one high. It's a 3-0 count facing Catanza. And Newton's over on second. That one seemed outside, but it looks like it just hit the corner. That is a 3-1 count now. Another shot from Pimentel, and that is a fourth ball. He had a little bit of struggles on this at bat. Sent about 3 straight pitches wide right. Looked like he gained some composure, but then on this last one sent another one wide right. Good job by Servin to stay in front of it and keep that ball from going behind him and allowing Newton to advance. But It seems like Pimentel's having a little bit of troubles right now, and the Panthers now have 2 on because of it. Newton on Newton gets the second base, and Tanz is now on first. Pedro Rivera steps up to the bag, but before he gets a chance to swing, looks like Tampa's going to be making a little bit of a change in the pitching staff. Well, let's see if we're making a change. It looks like pitching coach is talking over to Pimentel in the defense, making sure everyone's kind of knows what they're doing. Looks like they're going to keep him in the game. Sometimes you need the coach to come out there, calm you down, refocus you, and tell you what you got to do next. With Pimentel ready to go, now Pedro Rivera steps back up to the plate for his first appearance at the bag. Let's see what he can do. We got 2 on right now. He goes for the bunt. Oh, that was a close one from Rivera. Got under it. Looked like it was going to stay up in the air all day, but it just hit the ground right in foul territory. So he's going to step back up to the bag for his second pitch. Metal makes a quick turn, trying to keep Newton on that bag. And he resets himself back on the mound. Second pitch to Rivera is another bunt. And it looks like he doesn't beat the throw, but he does advance the runners. Good sacrifice bunt from Rivera. And now we have Newton on third and Catanza on second, and just 1 out on the board. And who else steps to the plate but number 24, James Gromberg. Gromberg's one of the faster and better base runners for the Panthers, so we'll see what he does here with 2 runners on second and third. And first base open. He's going to swing on the first pitch he gets. He bounces over the first base. Newton crosses the plate to make it a 3-2 game. So Gromberg's out at first. Newton crosses the plate, and Catanza's now on third as a tying run. And just who the Panthers want to see at the plate is number 40, Jake Boozer. So far, Boozer is at 1 strikeout in his 2 appearances at the plate. First pitch is a ball. Boozer gets a hold of it. He pushes it over the third base line. It's now a 1-on-1 count. As the temperature continues to drop here in Melbourne, Florida. Another foul off from Boozer. You know, we were expecting some winter this year. We probably got about a week of it, but then it went away. And now it's 85 degrees out, but then you come out here at night and it's dropped down to 70 and it's breezy. It's hard to prepare clothing for this, you know, and you forget your jacket when it's an 85-degree day. Boozer gets another foul off. 1-2 count and 2 outs. Vincenzo Catanza still hanging out there on third base, hoping he gets a chance to make this run home. Pimentel deals it out, and Boozer swings and misses. That ball was inside and low. And that ends the fourth inning. The Panthers were able to get one on the board and now trail the Spartans 3-2 heading into the top of the fifth. Leading off the fifth inning for the Spartans is number 2. Number 2, Drew Erhard. Erhard is in his 2 appearances at the plate. He is 1 hit, 1 run. He accounted for, I believe it was the Spartans' first run of the game. Let me check that out. We'll pull up the notes. Yes, yep. He was driven in the top of the third inning. Single by Servin. Drove in Erhard and Torrealba, and that was what gave the Spartans a 2-1 lead. They then got a double from Danny Blair in the top of the fourth that brought in Kenan Bell.
Now pitching for the Panthers, number 55, Justin Barney.
So it looks like now we have a pitching change for the Panthers at the fifth inning mark. Coming in is number 55, Justin Barney. So far this season, Barney has 1 appearance. He pitched in 2 innings and has 2 strikeouts. Looks like he's been used as a mid-game relief pitcher. We'll see if he can get a couple more outs here for the Panthers and move him on to the 6th. But first, they'll have to get through Danny Erhard. After Erhard, we've got Ali Wine and we have Servin. So a strong part of the lineup. The 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Spartans are now up to face Justin Barney.
Leading for the Spartans, number 2, Drew Erhard.
First pitch of the ball. Looked like Erhard tried to get a bunt down, but he might have just been seeing what it was coming out as that first pitch. Second pitch, strike. You got Barney with that 3/4 motion. It's kind of hard to detect from the batters. You get a lot of late movement on those pitches, and sometimes you just think the ball where it's going to go, but it just gets that late movement and slips by. It's a 2-1 count from Barney to Erhard. The wind seems to be picking up. About 30 minutes ago, that flag was barely moving, and now it's at about 30 degrees. 2-2 count as Barney sneaks that one in. Another offering, and that one gets bounced right up to Barney from Erhard. He collects it and brings it over to Boozer. Nice easy out to start the inning. And now heading to the plate is number 30, Alec Eldridge. So far, Eldridge is Eldridge is 1-2, but now is going to move to 1-3 on the game. Got a shot out to first base, but it was collected just in time, and they got the out right before he was able to step on the bag. Now there's 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And stepping up to the plate is Danny Servin, the catcher for the Spartans. Servin's 1-2 so far in the game. He's got his strikeout, and he's also got 2 RBIs. That delivery from Barney, little low and outside, is a 1-1 count. Third offering gets fouled off. We now have a 1-2 count. Pitch from Barney. And he gets a hold of that one. But it looks like he's going to stop. Oh, and Newton drops it. Newton looks like he lost in the light. Just slipped down, and that's going to be a double. Well, an error. Oh, just scored. He's going to score an error. All right, so Servin reaches double on the error by Newton. And the Spartans keep the inning alive. That would have been the 3rd out, but now there's still 2 outs on the board, and stepping up to the bag is number 15, Danny Minard. He knocks that over to Pedro Rivera, who collects the ball and slings it to Boozer for the 3rd out of the inning. They got a couple on, but no points on the board for the Spartans. And now we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off is number 17, Dylan Owens. Then we got Rodney Bernard and Alec Eldridge. As Pimentel stays on the bag for the bottom of the 5th inning for the Spartans. So far, Pimentel's allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and 2 base on balls in his 4 innings of pitch. He's got 6 strikeouts and And 48 strikeouts. He has thrown 48 strikes in his 76 pitches. Dylan Owens is now up at the plate for the Panthers. First pitch is a ball. Owens gets a piece of it. But Mangrum was there to get the ball in the first out. Now stepping up for the Panthers is number 27, Rodney Bernard.
Now batting number 27, Rodney Bernard.
I already have the current batter on there.
The other one. What's that? That was a strike. 1-2.
2 strikes for Rodney Bernard.
Yep. Now batting number 2, Alec Eldridge.
No luck there for Rodney Bernard. It's the second out of the inning for the Panthers, and now up is number 2, Alec Eldridge. First pitch is a ball from Pimentel.
Ball. 9 a strike.
Second pitch gets fouled off.
1-1.
1-1 count. Another low dealing from Pimentel, and it's now a 2-1 count. Fouled off again by Eldridge. 2-2 count. Eldridge gets a hold of that one, shoots it right up to center field. But Danny Blair's there to make the catch and end the inning. We're now heading to the top of the 6th with the Spartans leading 3-2 over your Panthers. We'll take a short timeout. And we're back here at Andy Semick Lesall Field. Sorry about that. It seems like I've missed the first pitch. Had to make a quick mission to the restroom and ran as quick as I can to get back here. But we now have 2 strikes on the board as Keenan Bell shoots that one into the left field over onto our Panther field, the nice turf field that suits our Florida Tech football team and men's lacrosse teams. Bell gets a hold of it, but pushes it over to second. And Rodney Bernard puts it out. As Bell heads back to his dugout, Stevie Mangrum steps up to the plate for the Spartans. Mangrum is 0 for 2 so far in this game, is with 1 strikeout. And now he is 1 for 3 with a single right there. Now we have number 5, Steven Smith, coming in the pinch run for Mangrum. Smith is an outfielder out of Trenton, Florida, in Santa Fe College. And now stepping up to the plate is Danny Blair, number 9, the outfielder. So far, Blair is 1 for 2 in this game with an RBI and a double. First pitch is a ball from Barney. And Smith gets the lead. And it looks like the ball just bounces off. And oh, they're calling him safe.
No, that he swung. And they didn't call it a strike. That's what they're discussing.
So it looks like they're. So Smith makes it over to second base, but now they're checking the swing by Danny Blair over here. They thought he followed through, and therefore should be a strike and a 1-1 count, but the umpire's calling it a ball. We'll see what he says. Greg Berkmeyer's pitching his case right now. Fans are yabbering back and forth. Good relationship with the fans, you know, with us being local teams, same conference. A lot of these people probably know each other from youth ball and high school and travel ball, and they're both getting on the umpire on this call. But it looks like it's going to stay a ball, and it's a 2-0 count for Blair with Steven Smith on second base. Now for Smith, let's see, they brought him on. He's done pretty well at the plate. He's got 25 appearances and 7 hits, 4 runs, and 7 RBIs. But he's done a decent job on the bases. 3 for 4 on steals this season. He is now 4 for 5 on steals this season. After that last steal right here to get him on the second base. Another pitch from Barney, and that one gets knocked foul by Blair. It's now a 2-1 count. Barney with the pitch. Oh, and he steps off the bag. Smith is giving him some trouble over there at second base. It looks like a little uneasy with such a good runner out there. Barney puts that one inside, just curves away from Blair. It's now a 3-1 count with 1 out and 1 on the second base. See if Blair gets the call to go for it on the 3-1 count. We got a timeout from Barney. Now steps back in. Oh, and Barney sneaks it in. Now it's a 3-2 count. Blair does not look happy about that call, but he's willing to deal with it. So we got a 3-2 count, 1 out, and 1 on second base for the Spartans. Blair pops that one up. Should be caught by Rivera. Let's see if he's got it. He does. I don't want to say anything about a slight stature and that ball bringing him down, but Rivera gets the out. That's now 2 outs for the Spartans. And Torrealba steps up. Actually, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Number 27, Navarrete, steps up to the plate. Low and inside from Barney, and it's a 0-1. It's a 1-0 count.
Number? The ball.
Right down the middle from Barney. It's now a 1-1 count against Navarrete. And that one sneaks by. Low pitch from Barney, and it just scoots under.
That was a balk. We call it a balk, I think, yeah.
Are they calling that a balk? Nice job by Bernard to keep the ball in the outfield, but Navarrete still safe at first. And Steven Smith crosses home plate to give the Spartans a 4-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Good base running by Smith, stealing second, moving his way to third, and then getting home on that play. Now up to bat for the Spartans is Yorvis Torrealba. So far in the game, Torrealba is Torrealba is 0 for 1. He's got 2 base on balls and 1 run scored. So far, Barney's got 24 pitches and 17 for strikes. Pretty good ratio. Low from Barney. 2-0 count. Another ball from Barney, and it's a 3-0 count with 2 outs and 1 on first base. Strike from Barney, 3-1 count now against Torrealba. A little bit wild of a pitch from Barney. Eldridge has to reach for it, and as a result, Navarrete advances to second base. Now stepping up to the bag for the Spartans, number 2, Drew Erhard. He's done pretty well so far this game. He is 1 for 3 with an out, with a run scored. That last inning he flew out. Until we go see him, though, we have Greg Berkmeyer step down to the field and is going to speak with Justin Barney and the defense about this upcoming batter. And Berkmeyer steps off the field, and Erhard steps to the bag, and ready to go. Barney deals. Erhard gets a hold of that one, sends it straight back. Newen's under it, and he gets that one, and that ends the top of the 6th inning for the Spartans. Newen made sure that one stayed in the glove. And so the Panthers head into the bottom of the 6th, still trailing the Spartans 4-2.
Never change it on the app.
As we enter the bottom of the 6th inning, leading off for the Panthers is Blaze Maris. Then we go Jacob Newen and then Vincenzo Catanza. The 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Panthers lineup are set to start the 6th. Pimentel's still on the mound for the Spartans. He's pushing through. He's battling out. And right now he's got a 4-2 team for his lead. 4-2 lead for his team. I am just mixing up words.
Now batting number 9, Blaze Maris.
All right, here's Pinel with the first pitch. Gets that. Oh, it's just a ball. Wow. I thought he snuck that one in, but it was a ball, and so the Panthers have a 1-0 count. Maris gets a hold of that one, but pushes over the left field fence. It's a 1-1 count. That one flies off. It's now a 1-2 count. Bless you. Maris pops it up. Will drop. Nope, he gets under it. Spartans get under it. Looks like that's Erhard. And that's the first out of the bottom of the 6th. Step out to the bag for the Panthers is number 6, Jacob Newton. So far this game, Newton is all right. So far this game, Newton is 1 for 1 with a 1 run and 1 base on ball. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch is just outside, and it's a 1-1 count. Second strike for Pimentel, and now a 1-2 count. And first out is on the board for the Spartans, which now brings to the plate number 22, Vincenzo Catanza. Catanza fouls off the first pitch. Second pitch ball, it's a 1-1. That one gets fouled back in our direction. It's a 1-2 count for Catanza. Another foul out. This one's even farther into the Panther field. Ball from Pimentel. It's 2-2 with 2 outs facing Catanza. Another foul out by Catanza. That is the 6th pitch of the at-bat. 4 have been fouls. Metal deals and swing and a miss from Vincenzo, but they're saying he got a piece of it, so he's going to stay up. That one just misses, and it's now a 3-2 full count for Vincenzo. No runners on the bases for the Panthers. Catanza gets a hold of it, just knocks it over to Keenan Bell, who tosses it to Pimentel for the out. Well, just beat out Catanza in that race, and that ends the inning, and we headed to the top of the 7th. We're leading off for the Spartans is Ali Wine, number 30. Then we have number 44, Servin, and number 15, Minard. So Justin Barney's back on the mound for the Panthers. First up, he's going to face number 30, Alleyewine. So far, Alleywine's got one hit today. Barney gets ready to deal. First pitch from Barney is low and outside. It's going to be a 1-0 count for Alleyewine. Alleyewine gets a hold of it, sends it to center field. Gromberg's there to make the catch in the first out of the 7th inning. Servin's up to bat. First pitch is a ball from Barney. Servin hits it. Looks like we got some brave souls out there looking to catch a fly. They let it hit the ground safely. 1-1 count for Servin with 1 out. Barney's pitch is outside. It's now 2-1 count with 1 out. No Spartans on the bases. Another ball from Barney. It's now 3-1 with the 1 out. Barney wields right down the middle. It's now a 3-2 count with 1 out, facing Servin. Servin gets a touch on it and a great bounce, and it just goes right out of the outstretched hands from Pedro Rivera. He was there to make the play, but that was just a weird bounce and just kicks over his head. Servin gets on to first base, and that brings up number 4. We have a new batter for the Spartans. Number 4, Nick Tedringo. Nick Detringo. I think I'm saying that right. Nick Detringo, number 4. He is out of Ruskin, Florida, in a transfer from St. Petersburg College. 6'2", 190 shortstop. He's a senior. First pitch is a ball, so he's got 1 ball and 1 out facing the Spartans. First pitch, second pitch is a ball. Just a little too inside, and it's a 2-0 count. Another wide pitch from Barney. It's a 3-0 count with 1 out and 1 on for the Spartans on first base. And that one sneaks in. It's now a 3-2 count. DeTringo gets a hold of that one, just shoots it outside the left field fence. I think that thing is still flying away into our to another part of campus. We'll have a 3-2 count facing Barney. Here he wields. Inside, he just nicks DeTringo, it looks like on his back. They're calling it a strikeout. He did swing through and then get plucked with the ball, but that swing is the out, and we now have 2 outs on the board for the Spartans. Servant still on first base with 2 outs for the Spartans. Now coming up is number 11, Keenan Bell. That one gets sent into the Panthers' dugout. It's an 0-1 count for Bell. Bell gets under that one and sends it straight up. Bernard's right there to make the play, and that ends the inning for the Panthers. Heading to the bottom of the 7th. Florida Tech still trails 4-2. Heading into the bottom of the 7th, leading off for the Panthers is number 15, Pedro Rivera. So we have Rivera coming up to lead off the inning. After him, we've got number 24, James Gromberg, followed up by number 40, Boozer. So heading into the bottom of the 7th, Spartans lead Florida Tech 4-2. And we're back here for the at Andy Lessall Field for the bottom of the 7th inning. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Spartans. Looks like number 6, Tyler Beck. Let's see.
Number 6, Tyler Beck.
Yep, that's number 6, Tyler Beck. Beck is a right-handed relief pitcher. He's a senior out of South Bend, Indiana, making a long way here to Tampa, Florida from South Bend. But so Tyler Beck takes the mound for the Spartans with them leading 4-2. First up, he's going to face number 15, Pedro Rivera. Rivera gets under the first one, sends it out to Panther Field, and the count is 1-0. Oh, 0-1. It's a ball facing Rivera. Counts now 1-1. Rivera gets a hold of that one, shoots it up to second, and it gets collected and an out. You can't beat the tag. You can't beat the throw. And that's the first out of the 7th for the Panthers. As he has all season, Rivera's getting good contact on the ball. It's just not getting in the right bounce, and he'll go on for the next try. Now stepping up to the bag for the Panthers is number 24, James Gromberg. So far this game, Gromberg is 1 for 3 with 1 RBI. He had a single in the first, and then an RBI in the fourth. That was the last run for the Panthers to make it a 3-2 game, and then Tampa added another one in the 6th. It's now a 1-1 count facing Gromberg. Strike on Gromberg. Beck's Raider deal. Throws it, and that's a bit outside, and it's going to be a 2-2 count. Food. Swing and a miss. Gromberg is sent back to the dugout, and that brings out number 40, Jacob Boozer. Now up, number 40's Boozer. Steps up to the plate to face Beck. First pitch is a strike, so we have an 0-1 count and 2 outs for the Panthers in the bottom of the 7th. Boozer gets way under it. It's a moonshot. Not going to go far, but it's an out. That's the 3rd out, and that's going to end the 7th for the Panthers. We're now moving into the top of the 8th inning. Number 1 Spartans still hold a 4-2 lead over the home Panthers. Appears we I think we might have a new pitcher coming in for the Panthers. Just waiting to see who they toss out there. Looks like it's number 35. Jordan Murray steps onto the bag for the Panthers in the top of the 8th inning. So Jordan Murray is a redshirt sophomore lefty pitcher out of Lynn Haven, Florida. This season he has 1 appearance. He's pitched one in 1 inning, allowing 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. He had 1 base on balls, and his current ERA is a 6.75. So we're bringing Murray in the 8th, see if he can make an inning, and we might bring in another pitcher in the 9th. We'll try to close this one out if we can get the lead. So Murray's going to bring a different look to the Spartan hitters. Murray a lefty. We had two righties to start it off. Bringing in the lefty. Let's see what he can do against this Spartan lineup. So far the Panthers have kind of kept the Spartans in check. A couple hits here and there, a couple errors. Have kind of let the Spartans move across the bases and put some points on the board. But for the most part, they've been held in check, and then the Panthers are, gaining their chances as well. We're getting the players on the base. We've had a couple opportunities fall just short, but we're in this game. We're down 2. Number 1 team in the nation. We'll see what we can do. Top of the 8th inning. Steven Smith coming up to the plate for the Spartans. First batter to face Jordan Murray. And Smith can't beat the throw. Good job by the Panther defense to get that first out quick. 1 pitch, 1 out. Every defense likes to see that. And now we have coming to the plate with number 9, Danny Blair. So far this game, Blair is 1 for 3 with 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 double, and 1 strikeout. He struck out in the second inning, got a double and an RBI in the 4th, and then popped out in the 6th. First pitch from Murray's a ball, second's a ball. This is the 2-0 count facing Blair. It's a strike. It's a 2-1 count now facing Blair. Seems like everybody wanted that to be a strike, but the umpire. So it's a 3-1 count now. Murray ready to deal. Looks like that ball skips off Blair's foot. And that's a foul ball from Blair, so it's going to be a 3-2 count with 1 out for the Spartans. High inside from Murray, and that puts Blair on first base. Murray walks the second battery's face, and now coming to the plate. Now is number 27, Mikey Navarrete. First pitch is a ball to Navarrete. Second pitch is a ball. Another ball for Murray, and now it's a 3-0 count facing Navarrete. And he's got one on. He's got Blair on first base and one out. That pitch gets in for Murray. It's a 3-1 count with one on and one out. It looked like it was right down the middle, but a little high. Not to the liking of the umpire, and that puts a second runner on base. Spartans now have Blair on second and Navarrete on first. And coming up to the plate is number 13, Yorvis Torrealba. This will be the third batter faced by Murray. And that one's a strike. It's now an 0-2 count. 0-1 count. Second pitch.
From Alec to Bernard.
And what a play by Alec Eldridge. He picks that one off, throws it to Bernard at second. They get the double play. Let's see how they score that. All right, so that was a 5-4 double play from Eldridge to Bernard, connected on that one to end the top of the 8th inning. Spartans still lead 4-2, but the Panthers escaped with 2 runners on. Great play by the defense, great play by Eldridge and Bernard to get them out. And now the Panthers head into the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for Florida Tech
Dylan Owens, number 17.
is number 17, Dylan Owens. He is going to be followed by number 27, Rodney Bernard, and then number 2, Alec Eldridge. And so the 2 guys who made that great defensive play right there are now going to step up to the plate to try to do something on offense.
Look how our stats look now, like the video and up here. That's sick, huh? On second base, what the hell? What the hell?
No, it's right behind second. I don't like that.
Oh shit, you're right.
I don't like it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
You can come meet with me on Monday. We can get that knocked out.
Now batting, number 17, Dylan Owens.
Now Owens is at the bag for the Panthers. He just gets his first pitch, and it's going to be a strike. A strike from Tyler Beck. Second pitch of the ball is now 1-1 count. All right, so he shoots that one up, and it's picked off by the Spartans in the outfield. That's the first out of the inning. And now stepping up to the bag for the Panthers is number 27, Rodney Bernard.
Now batting number 27, Rodney Bernard.
Bernard gets under the first one, shoots it over to the concession stand. That one bounces over the roof. Now in this game, Bernard is 2 for 3 at the plate with 1 run, 1 strikeout. He had a double in the second inning and then a single in the third, and then was struck out in the fifth. Got a hold of that one and sent it to second base. And he is on the first base. Now the Panthers have a runner on the board, and number 2, Alec Eldridge, coming up to the plate.
Now batting number 2, Alec Eldridge.
So Bernard did his job. He got on base, and now let's see if Eldridge can bring him home. Ball for Eldridge. Tries to pick off Bernard at first, but he gets in there safely. Second ball to Eldridge. It's now a 2-0 count, one on and 1 out.
Good job. You're doing really good.
I'm trying not to chew loudly. And that one is just a little low. It's a 3-0 count. No? Okay. And that one is in. It's a 3-1 count now for Eldridge. Beck put that one right in the middle. And Eldridge, I'm sure, was hoping that they would be a little low, a little high, or a little outside. He can move on the base. Eldridge gets a nice bat on it, and it slips through, and there goes Bernard. He's heading to third. He's going to stop right there. Eldridge is on first. We got runners on the corners with 1 out. So now we've got runners on the corners, and coming up, Blaze Maris steps up to the plate. So far this game, Blaze Maris is Maris has had 2 plate appearances. He doesn't have a hit yet this game, but he has been hit by a pitch. He took one right off the noggin early in the game, ran it off, went right to first base. That first pitch is going to be a strike. And he sends that one right up the middle. Here comes Bernard. He scores, and the Panthers now trail 4-3. Great job by Maris to stick that one right up the center. Goes in the outfield, and we bring in Bernard. So now the Panthers are down 1, have 1 out and 2 on. 2 on first and second base. And now stepping up to the bag is number 6, Jacob Newton. Newton so far is 1 for 2 in the game. He's got 1 run and 1 base on balls. He struck out in his other at-bat. Tyler Beck gets the signal. He wields and Newton swings, and that's a strike. Strike 1. Ball is now a 1-1 count with 1 out. 2 on for the Panthers. And that one sneaks by. It looks like the shortstop was blinded by Eldridge on the plate. So Eldridge scores. Eldridge scores. Newton gets to second base, and we have Maris on third. And the score is now tied 4-4 between number 1 Tampa and your Florida Tech Panthers. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. A nice late rally by the Panthers has now tied the game up. Tampa pitching coach is now heading out to the mound. Talk to Tyler Beck about the upcoming sequence. See if they keep him in there. While that's going on, Vincenzo Catanza's just hanging out over here by home plate, ready to take his swings at Beck. Catanza's doing pretty well. Game, let's check him out.
Now batting number 22, Vinny Catanza.
Now they're finally ready. And Catanza steps up to the plate. So far this game, Catanza is 0 for 2. He's got a base on balls and a strikeout. First swing is a miss, and it's a 1 strike on the board, 1 out, and 2 on for the Panthers. Another swing and miss. 0-2 count. Maris could score if Catanza could just put this one in play. Outside, it's a 1-2 count. Beck wields. And that one sneaks by. That sneaks by Servin. And Merritt scores, and your Panthers lead 5-4. Beck has had some control issues, and this one scoots past Servin to the backstop, allowing Maris to cross home plate easily. And as I said, your Panthers now lead 5-4 over number 1 Tampa. Vincenzo Costanza still at the plate. It's a 2-2 count, 1 out, and there's 1 still on base. Low shot from Beck, and it's now a 3-2 count. Jacob Newton over there on third base, just thinking to himself, one more pass ball and I can score and make this a 2-run game. That one's outside, and Costanza is on board. We now have runners on the corners. Costanza on first and Newton on third, and now stepping up to the plate, number 15, Pedro Rivera. We'll see what he does here.
Now batting, number 15, Pedro Rivera.
He bunted the first. He tried bunting the first time he was up. I'm sure Tampa's thinking about that, but right now they're not getting any shallow in the infield. Pedro does a big swing and misses. It's an 0-1 count, 1 out. Newton inching off a third. Pedro goes for the bunt. That pitch goes way outside. Now 1-1 count. Gets a hold of it, gets under it though, and sends that over to Panther Field.
Vamos, caballo, vamos.
Tried to pick off Costanza over at first, but he's there safely. Wind continues to pick up. You see that flag out in outfield, just moving with the wind. As I stated earlier in the game, it was pretty still earlier, and now it's about at 40 degrees. 1-2 count for Pedro Rivera. 1 out, 2 on the corners for the Panthers. Panthers leave the Spartans 5-4 after 3 runs in this inning. Rivera swings and misses. That's the second out of the inning for the Panthers. Now stepping up to the plate, number 24, James Gromberg. In this game, Gromberg has had 4 plate appearances. He's got 1 hit, 1 RBI, and he's struck out. Right now, he wants to see if he can add to this Panthers lead. That one goes in. It goes to the backstop. Serving can't stop it. And Newton scores from third. Your Panthers now lead 6-4. That is now the. Let's check it. I think that might be is that the third unearned or?
Wild pitch. Yeah, because it's like 3 wild pitches.
Yeah, that is the third score on a wild pitch this inning. And Gromberg gets a hold of that one. Oh, that one looked like it was going out. That one was deep. But Blair, Danny Blair, number 9, was out there for the Spartans. He makes the catch and ends the inning. And now we head to the top of the 9th. And your Panthers now lead the number 1 team in the country, 6-4. Due up in the top of the 9th for your for the Spartans. Number 2, Drew Erhard. Number 30, Allywine. And number 44, Danny Servant. That's who's up for the Spartans in the top of the 9th. But right now, the Spartans trail your Panthers 6-4 after a 4-run rally in the bottom of the 8th by the Panthers. And we have a new pitcher for the Panthers. Now in the game is number 43, Ryan Elaine. Elaine, a right-handed senior pitcher out of Mount Prospect, Illinois. This season, Ryan Elaine has 1 appearance this season. He is 0-1 in that 1 appearance. He pitched 1 and 2 innings, allowing 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, and 2 base on balls. He also got 2 strikeouts in that appearance and has an ERA of 16.20. Right now, Elaine is looking to, I'm sure he's looking to improve on that, but also send the Spartans packing in this game 1. First batter he's going to face, though, is Drew Erhard. So far this game, Erhard has 1 hit, 1 run, and 4 plate appearances. Now stepping up to the bag is number 2, Drew Erhard. Elaine's ready to go. First pitch. A low one, bounces that one. So 1-0 count. Second pitch is in there. 1-1 count. High and outside. Another low shot from Elaine. That one slips past Drew Erhard. It's now a 2-2 count. Ooh, and Erhard takes that one off his, it looks like it took it off the shin. But he's going to walk it off. Count still 2-2, 0 outs and 0 on the board. 0 on for the Spartans. What? All right, Erhard's back up, and here comes Elaine with the pitch. That one gets hit over to Rivera, who collects it and beams it over to Boozer for the first out. There are now 2 outs left in the top of the 9th. Now up, number 30, Alex Eldridge.
So far this game, Eldridge he's had 4 at-bats. He's got 1 hit in those tries.
That first pitch is a ball. And that's a strike. It's now a 1-1 count. Elaine's ready to deal again. That one's inside. Elaine gets a sign from Maris. And that's a low one, and Ali Wine is on to first base. Maris is going up to the mound to talk to Elaine. Looks like Maris just telling Elaine, you know, we got this one. Let's get 2 more outs. Maybe why don't we knock this one into a double play and end it a little quicker. Whatever it was, Elaine's seat settled down and he's ready to go. And that one's low and inside, and that is a 1-0 count. One-0 count facing Servin.
So far, Danny Servin has 4 at-bats this game. He's got 2 hits and 2 RBIs.
That pitch goes past him. So Elaine's pitch goes past Maris. Allowing Aliwine to make a run at it and get over to second. That sequence was enough for assistant coach Tam, and now he heads to the mound to talk to Elaine. All right, Tam got his word in, and now Lane is ready to go. He's going to be taking on Danny Servin, number 44, the catcher for the Spartans.
As I stated, he is currently 2 for 4 in the game.
All right, Servin gets the grounder. It's picked up by Rodney Bernard, and he tosses it over to Boozer for that second out. Alleywine moves to third on the play, but now there's 2 outs. And coming up for the Spartans is I believe that's number 10. Yeah, so number 10 is now in for the Spartans. Nick Durr is now in for the Spartans, the right-handed outfielder out of Bel Air, Maryland. Actually, I'm sorry, he's out of Lakewood Ranch, Florida. And a third baseman. I was reading the wrong person. Well, Durr gets that, watch that first one come by, and he has a ball. So now it's a 1-0 count for Durr. Durr pops it up. Is it going to drop? It drops in between Gromberg and Rivera, right in front of Gromberg. And now the Spartans got one on with Alleywine catching third, crossing home plate from third. And now Durr is on first. So the Spartans have the tying run on first, and they trailed the Panthers 6-5. It's now 6-5. Now up the bat for the Spartans. Number 11, Keenan Bean. That take from Elaine goes wide. It bounces off of Maris's foot, kicks out to near the Tampa dugout, and that allows Durr to reach second base. Bell fouls that one off, and now it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. And this is the last strike for the Spartans. Elaine's ready to go. Here's the pitch. And Bell swings and a miss. And your Panthers have knocked off the number 1 team in the nation, the Tampa Spartans, by a 6-5 score. That is a huge win and a great way to start this 3-game series with the Spartans. And so now the Panthers get to celebrate this win, but they're going to be back here tomorrow to take on the Spartans again twice, with a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock. Games will probably be around 1 and possibly 4 o'clock, depending on how long that first game goes. But your Panthers head into Saturday of this series with a 1-0 lead. We'll be right back with the post-game analysis. Let's do a quick post-game analysis on this Florida Tech 6-5 victory over the number 1 Tampa Spartans. Just to kind of go through the game while we pull up the final numbers. The Panthers got on the board first after a hit-by pitch on Blaze Maris. Oh, no, not Blaze Maris. Yeah, Blaze Maris allowed Rodney Bernard to score. Oh, let me pull up this exact order. So it was actually Quintero hit by a pitch. That was my mistake. It wasn't Rodney Bernard. I keep confusing those two. Quintero gets hit by a pitch in the bottom of the second, which allowed Bernard to score, who was sitting on third. I believe the bases were loaded. The Spartans then came back in the top of the third. A Danny Servant single scored both Drew Erhard and Yorvis Torrealba. And then the top of the fourth, Danny Blair doubled down the the left field line to score Keenan Bell. At that point, the Spartans were up 3-1 on the Panthers. Gromberg then a shot to first base. He scored Jacob Newton on that play. But the Spartans came back in the top of the sixth with a Navarrete single that scored Steven Smith, who came in as a pinch runner in that play. And then in the bottom of the eighth is where all the magic happened for the Panthers. Blaze Maris singled to center field, which got Rodney Bernard onto the pass home plate. Jacob Newton then reached on an error by the second baseman, which scored Alec Eldridge, and to make the score 5-3. Jacob Newton then advanced the third, and then Blaze Maris scored on a wild pitch. And then we had another score by Newton on a wild pitch. Both of those coming from Tyler Beck. And then in the top of the ninth, Nick Durr made it interesting when he knocked a single right into center field that scored alley-one to make it a one-run game with 1 out to go. But the Panthers were able to hold on and win this one. Let's look at some of the closing stats on this game. Winning pitcher for the Panthers is Jordan Murray. He pitched 1 inning, had 2 base on balls, faced 4 batters, and didn't allow a hit or a run. He came in during the 8th inning and pitched that one. Ryan Elaine gets the save. He went 1 inning, 1 hit with 1 run and 1 earned run allowed. He struck out a batter and finished with a base on balls. And some of the offensive numbers for the Panthers. Rodney Bernard went 3 for 4 in the game with 2 runs, a double, and he struck out once. Alec Eldridge scored 1 run on his 4 at-bats. Jacob Newton scored 2 runs in his 3 at-bats while also walking. And Blaze Maris, he's had 1 hit, 1 run, and 1 RBI. And was hit by 1 pitch right in the noggin, but still closed the game and helped the Panthers knock off the number 1 team in the nation. All right, well, this is Daniel Soprano. I'm just going to close it off here. Final from Game 1 of the Tampa series. The series is number 1 Tampa. The Panthers win 6-5 on the hands of a 4-run 8th inning rally. So we'll be back here tomorrow, Saturday, February 23rd. First game of this doubleheader of the doubleheader tomorrow begins at 1 p.m. And then the second game, the final game of the series, will follow 30 minutes later. This is Daniel Soprano here with the Florida Tech Sports Digital Network. Thank you for listening to us today, especially for this result, a nice win over the number 1 team in the nation. We'll be back out here tomorrow. Thank you and have a great night. Go Panthers.